Hello guys, Nexas here, and welcome back to Destiny 2. And in today's video, guys, we're here with more Tuesday resets. Sorry to go to this, I know it's Wednesday, but we have, of course, got the Nightfall reward for this week, which I know everyone might be excited for because it is going to be the Rake Angle freaking adept, or the Rake Angle normal, depending on what you fancy. But the Rake Angle itself, the only stasis glaive in the game. I know glaive wise, we don't really have that many. I mean, if you go in and check, there is not that much. There's only a couple. But the Rake Angle itself is the only stasis version of course, the glaives. I know Albedo Wing is there, and it's from the Dawning event. It's Arc. Don't ask questions, boys. Bungie does do Bungie things. But the Rake Angle is going to be there, and I will say that when I talk about Bungie doing Bungie things, they massacred my boy. They massacred him because there was a really cheeky roll, an absolutely insane roll you could use with, of course, the chill clip and, of course, Hunter's Dodge, which let you use an ice bomb build, which I came up with some time ago when stasis was at its peak. I thought it was gone and buried. It came back, of course, with the glaive and everything, but now you can't do it anymore unless you get ammo pickups, which honestly just kind of sucks. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically this glaive used to only have 4 in the mag. In one of the patch notes in February like 4th when Heresy came out, they actually did increase, they increased and they buffed glaives a little bit, but in doing so, they nerfed my boy. They increased the mag size basically. So this went from 4 to a 5, meaning that chill clip now needs 3 in the magazine to actually activate or be activated, no longer 2. When it was 4, 2 of course was half, and you could have chill clip for the first shot. And yeah, Bungie inadvertently nerfed my Rake Angle. They nerfed this baby. They nerfed what I would have said was the best PvP glaive in the game because I had this one sort of roll. They nerfed it by buffing. I don't know. I don't know how Bungie managed to do something. How do they manage to nerf with a buff? How do you do that? How do Bungie do these things? It's crazy. But yeah, that PvP raw now is kind of done and dusted. I mean, you could get ammo pickup and get the tree and everything like that, but you could do that with any sort of chill clip weapon. But you will see on the screen all the sorts of rolls you can get. So it's no longer, I'd say, the absolute GOAT PvP. It's still going to be great with chill clip and whatnot. I just have like the impulse amplifier and stuff, which is pretty good. But PvE is really where you're going to be looking at this weapon. So of course, chill clip is always just so solid on a special weapon. Obviously, it'll work out better on things like Tanisha's Mastery, because it obviously has a lot more bullets to kind of shoot the chill clip out with. But Rake Angle and some glaives in general, they can do some work, and I'm telling you, glaives eventually are gonna have a season where they're god tier. I mean, we got the trace rifle, of course, artifacts, but eventually we will get artifact mods kind of like this, where maybe we'll get like constant healing if we get a glaive melee kill, or else it'll like triple or quadruple our damage if we get another kill. There is actually another glaive sort of mod up here as well. It is a really sweet weapon. Yeah, we're gonna showcase what it's like in some PvE. So without further ado, let's go in with the Rake Angle adept that has been nerfed by a buff. Alrighty, so we are of course going to be going into the old Nightfall for this week. So this is of course the Shadow Lake or whatever it's called. You think after how many years I've played Destiny, I know the names of these freaking strikes and stuff. I just know that this used to be the quick one. Now it's one of the slowest because this dumbass payload. But of course, this glaive in PvE is going to be really nice and everything like that with the chill clip. And as I said, it did get nerfed by buff, so you do have more weapon bullets in the magazine. I do have overflow on this as well, so I can get the chill clip kind of going really consistently. And as you can kind of see on a hunter build, it's really nice to go invis and everything, because if you get chill clip kills, obviously, boys, can we kill this guy before he barriers? I have nothing. I will say that the glaive, it's still going to be really dope PvE. As I said, chill clip, of course, just going to be great. And if you kind of pair it with hunter and everything with the freeze, and obviously, as I said, prismatic, where you can go invis constantly, it is really dope. It'll still do absolute work for you. So I will say that PvE, do not sleep on the glaives at all. They can do absolute work. It's just, I'm waiting for the day we have some artifact mods that actually interact with it, because it will just be so much freaking better. It made them honestly just insane. If you got any sort of mod that like increase the amount of ammo you get, or obviously increase the melee damage or increase the shot damage, and you can see everything just freezes. It's actually really nice. But anything that would blend in, maybe they have them weakening on melee hits, and then when you shoot, of course, you just absolutely rail them. It would be so freaking nice, because you kind of see the damage is kind of nutty on these freaking weapons. They are really dope. But I do really like the weapon, as I said, when you got the unstop on as well. Oh, look at this shield. This is where it actually comes really close, because you can just shield, of course, that guy. I do have the barrier on now as well, so we can deal with everything. But that is one of the great things this season, is that you do have, of course, the barrier or the unstop on glaives, which it kind of comes in clutch against the big guys. You can legit walk at them like this and just absolutely freaking rail them. But I just think that there is a ton of rolls you can kind of get in this that are really solid for the old PvE environment. So as I said, do not sleep on this weapon just because it's a glaive and everything. I think glaives are really dope, and I said it's the only stasis one in the game, which we'll probably get more soon. I mean, the Dawning event can't come around. We don't get a stasis glaive. I still will say as well, I would love a Bungie put cold steel on this and let you actually melee, you know, and just freeze things. That would be absolutely sick. It would be a pure power fantasy, but I'd probably break the game a ton, but that's what we want. But that's what we kind of really need. We need these things to kind of have some broken ass rolls to make them like desirable. I'm telling you, that would just be one of the freaking sauciest builds ever. Imagine just slicing and dicing and freezing everything with the slices, and I have nothing, but we got a shield. Thought you could kill me, huh? I got the big ass shield. I can't stop him, boys. I do not have anything. Well, I do really just find it funny, and I find it funny, and I'm also kind of annoyed that they did nerf this, but I do find it funny that Bungie somehow have managed to find a way to nerf something inadvertently by buffing it. I've never, like, it's like someone asking you, would you rather have 4 to 5 or 5 inches? And someone actually, I would rather the 4. I would rather the 4. It's much more manageable. It's freaking used to work strong, and now I've lost all meaning with it because I can't do my cheesy ass build in PvP. I can't just go in with the small P and freaking mag and freeze things instantly, which just honestly sucks so bad. Bungie just surprise me all the time. I'm telling you, like, I just don't understand. How do you buff something and inadvertently nerf other builds? It's crazy to think about. Come on, Chatcher's over here though, and this is where it can be freaking great because you can just glaive their ass and there's nothing you can do. Oh, is that guy using the freaking Rake Angle as well? Today, Mr. Brandy using it too. Oh, look at this guy going in. He's got the normal version, but Rhyme Steal or Vorpal. Interesting role, interesting role. He's probably looking for his god roll, and that's why he's out here grinding. Grinding the last off to get himself a shield clip roll, because as I said, it is really, really good with, of course, shield clip. Most weapons when they have their perk, that's the verb perk, like volatile or destabilizing rounds, or obviously like slice and stuff like that, vault shots, jolting feedback. Most of those times the perk is probably the god roll, and I will definitely say with the Rake Angle, it's pretty much the same, because with the shield clip roll, it is just honestly so freaking nice just for raiding. And of course, as I said, just the arc clear you get potentially kind of get with it, and then if you run out of ammo, you can of course just start shooting people. I was gonna say, did I not stun this guy? And I don't have really the weaponry. Oh, my man's just going in. Look at the true titan that is. He died for it. He died for it, but you know what? Oh, what the? That's the... Guys, what? You know what? Here we can test out. This is how you do it, bud. Look at this. Oh, he can't kill me now while I res. Look how solid the freaking Rake Angle is and glaives are. You know, they're so freaking good. Oh, okay, we got a ton of ammo there because everything just decided to drop it. And you can see, if you really want something to kind of like survive with, not jumping off the map like I am, oh my god. But if you really want something to kind of survive with, it is honestly just like a really solid ass weapon to kind of use. You kind of see we froze him as well. If I kept shooting with my glaive, I probably would have killed him. That's how good shield clip kind of is. But glaives are they're so good for survivability, especially with the Triton Vice. I get the extra sort of melee damage and everything. This has no bell and everything as a mod, which is really, really dope. So I can kind of get the melee damage going in, then I can start to get some extra ammo and everything, and I nearly sliced myself off. But yeah, as I said, when it comes to just like weaponry in general and how it works and everything, the Rake Angle is still a really, really solid ass weapon. So I definitely do think it's worth picking up, especially because it is unique, that it is one of the only stasis sort of glaives in the game too. You're gonna kind of want to try to get your hands on it. Overflow, of course, I'd say shield clip is gonna probably be the god roll for me, because I pretty much just every time I get ammo, I have the infinite, like when they infinite freaking ammo or shield clip kind of going. So you can kind of start freezing things like this guy, and you can see the damage these can do is actually really, really solid. Obviously the big shield took like half the shots. Yo, buddy, can we just get rid of the dumbass shield, please? Buddy, can this guy drop a shield? Thank you. My god, freaking dumbass freaking shield. Look at this guy as well. You know what? Told you, this where it comes in clutch. You can just freaking shield your teammate whilst you res. Absolute freaking banger of a weapon. Muchachos here though, we'll get all these. There goes the one, there goes the explosion. There is actually a little bit of an explosion that I am kind of, I wouldn't say cheesing, but I am of course using the this weapon with Triton's Vice. So every time I get a kill, it will explode with the elemental type of the weapon. So a bit of extra stasis damage, which is going to be really, really nice. But I just think even without that, you will still do absolute work with it. Triton Vice is just a really nice sort of exotic though for it. And oh my god, there's so many things over here. Holy good god, I'm getting blasted, boys. All right, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I should probably not have used my tether on that freaking other guy. It was probably a bad freaking move on my part. I will take the blame. I will take the freaking blame. Can I freaking... Oh my god, I can't use my smoke bomb. I forgot. You gotta use a smoke bomb when you're using the glaive like that, which, yep, definitely just catch you out sometimes. Especially when you got something on that can, like, heal you in that melee slot. And oh, guys, shield. This is where you need the Rake Angle, guys. Look at this. Look at that clean ass res, guys. I don't know how we did not kill this guy in the first 2 seconds. It's like the squishiest boss ever. I'm not gonna lie, my setup is kind of ass for it, so you can blame me as well. And yo, I'm getting blasted, freeze. I'm invisible. Yes, we are. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right, guys, I can stun him a little bit. I've got my freeze on, so we can freeze him a little bit, but I'm not gonna lie, my ammo economy is kind of short, and I have an LMG on, so I am actively kind of throwing. I'm not gonna lie, my weaponry for this fight is not great. Not freaking great, but you know what? It still will freaking work. It's a normal last nightfall. Grandmaster obviously is gonna be a little bit more difficult. It's Grandmaster, but it's definitely doable. I will say it's a quick ass sort of strike too. You can see that was 15-ish minutes. GM will obviously take a little bit longer because you have more bullet sponges and everything, but I definitely do think the strike this week is going to be, of course, quick enough strike to do. For the most part, I will say that this sort of Rake Angle, it's worth getting some rolls off because it will do absolute work for you in PvE. And oh, look at that. We got a default version. What is the roll? Probably my postmaster. Ooh, probably steal a Vorpal. I got your man's roll. Sorry, buddy. I'm just going to say right now, it's not a great roll. You know what? Actually, I can actually upgrade this. It's a fusion fodder. That's what we're going to call it. Well, that is it for me, and of course, the Rake Angle Adept itself. As you can kind of see in PvE, this thing is an absolute freaking beast. With the overflow chill clip, it's super solid in a good build, and that's why endgame will probably be the best, I'd say, glaive endgame, because its perks are activated before you get a kill. I've already kind of gone over other ones. Now with the jolting feedback, actually, on the arc when you get from Gambit, that could actually be really, really dope as well, because you can activate that one. So it's going to be a toss-up between that and the Rake Angle, but having perks to activate without needing kills is just such a big bonus. I mean, stabilizing rounds, don't get me wrong, is great. Vault shot is great and everything, but requiring kill and then a reload, especially with ammo or weapons like this, which probably have low ammo reserves anyway, it doesn't bode too well. Whereas if you get the overflow kind of going, you basically have, you can get up to like 10, 12 bullets. And the magazine is 5, so I need 3. So as long as I'm over 3 in the mag, I still have shield clip kind of going, which is kind of nutty. So yeah, I will say overall, Rake Angle, it is a really solid ass weapon. I'm just kind of a little bit pissed that they ruined my build. But as I said, I just don't understand how Bungie have figured out a way to nerf things by buffing them. They buffed glaives a good bit with like handling and everything, the range and everything, aim assist. And the mag buff is a decent buff for most people, but just not for cretins like me who wanted to go into PvP and ruin everyone's experience. Man, the slow build was so good. Being able to shoot, dodge, and insta-freezing people and letting them blow up to your freaking bombardiers. Oh, it was so freaking beautiful. It was so cool, but alas, it is no longer a thing unless you pick up ammo. But I mean, you could have done that with the normal chip weapon anyway. But regardless, if you like the video, just like, and to see more content, subscribe, fantastic day, and hopefully I'll see you next collective in the next one.